Now let's see it all come together in this powerful demo. I'm going to ask one of our developers, Ram Venom, to come on stage and help me out. Welcome, Ram. As we've talked about today, and will continue to talk about this week, most businesses are being challenged to reinvent themselves for the world of social, mobile, cloud, and big data. This demo and story is no different. Ram has been given the challenge as a developer by senior management to take an existing application and turn it into a cloud asset and bring new capabilities and business opportunities into the company all through an engaging application. Ram's original application has been around for 10 years and was originally called Day Trader that allowed users to log in, view their portfolio, look up stocks, and buy or sell stock shares. Ram has taken that application and moved it to the cloud using IBM Bluemix and a number of composable services. The application is built primarily with Java servlets, JSPs, and Java Beans, and now runs on WebSphere Liberty with very little change. We've been talking about IBM Bluemix for the past 2 months since we announced it at Pulse in February. I'll quickly remind everyone what it's about. Bluemix is an implementation of IBM's open cloud architecture, leveraging Cloud Foundry to enable developers to rapidly build, deploy, and manage their cloud applications while tapping a growing ecosystem of available services and runtime frameworks. We will provide the services and runtimes into the ecosystem based on our extensive software portfolio. Okay, let's get back to the scenario. Developers have been using Eclipse for application development for years and thus needed tools that allow you to easily deploy applications to the public cloud and Bluemix as if it was a local server. We have provided Ram with just that. Ram is going to easily drag his CloudTrader application and drop it on the server definition that was previously created and is now part of the Eclipse tooling we just mentioned. During initial development, he just needs to answer some basic questions, like the hostname and the memory settings of the Liberty runtime. This is also where he can create a service for his application. The application needs a database, so Ram will select SQLDB, an IBM-provided DB2 service in Bluemix, give it a name, and click Finish. Within 60 seconds, Bluemix will carve a fresh piece of the file system, install WebSphere Application Server Liberty profile, deploy his application, set up the DB2 service, and also create the necessary config so that my application's data source lookup doesn't have to change. Ram could have also chosen to push a server package with existing config pointing to a local database. In that case, Bluemix will automatically find and update those to point to the database in the cloud. Now let's switch over to the Bluemix UI and see our application running. Ram is already logged in and was taken directly to the Bluemix dashboard. He can click on his application and the Liberty runtime for that application and scale his application vertically or horizontally by simply clicking up and down. Let's quickly check out the running application and see the basic framework. As you can see, Ram's application is a simple portfolio management application. As we talked about earlier, the real power of Bluemix is in the services. Just like the database service that Ram created on deployment, there are many powerful services available for his application to use in seconds. Let's just take a quick look at some of these different services we provide. IBM provides you not only IBM created services, but also IBM certified services for you to easily consume within your application. Let's focus on a couple that will come in handy for Ram's application. For example, Session Cache. When bound to the application, this service enables persistence for all sessions across multiple instances of the application. In the event of a failure, sessions are seamlessly recovered. There's nothing Ram had to do in the application or config for this application to take advantage of this. If your application is using the standard Java sessions, you can get session persistence by simply binding it and restarting the app. Absolutely no changes required in your application. You are getting the power of our caching portfolio in this simple and easy to use Bluemix service. Another service we will use is called Log Analysis. This operational service not only retrieves log data from all instances of the CloudTrader application, but it also allows you to create pipes which take the data from search query to visualization. Again, because of our auto configuration features, nothing needs to be done to our application to take advantage of this. Ram will show you the power of this service in just a couple minutes. Earlier, we talked of Ram's problem around bringing new capabilities and business opportunities into the company, all through an engaging application. Ram has moved the application to the cloud, but he needs more. So Ram has decided to take advantage of a third-party service. He decided to use the Twilio service, which gives voice, messaging, and voice-over IP capability to CloudTrader. How hard was this service to use? It took Ram less than 7 lines of code to take advantage of this service and tailor it for his application. We will see the service in action in just a minute. So let's go back to the application itself and see some of these capabilities. One of the other features Ram added to CloudTrader application is integration with Twitter using Twitter's streaming APIs to data mine and analyze valuable tweet data and react accordingly. To show the power of social media, we've added the ability to perform a stock transaction by simply tweeting "Buy IBM 50 shares #CloudTrader." We want to get you all involved, so take out your cell phones and start tweeting to the CloudTrader application using #CloudTrader. Let's go back to the CloudTrader application. As you can see, the application has been performing a number of transactions based on the tweets received. Drilling down, you'll see 2 major things happened. First, Ram's application has been taking advantage of ZOS Connect, which we introduced earlier, to go to the backend Kik system and retrieve personal information of users of the CloudTrader application, and update their records with their latest stock transactions. In this case, he retrieved a phone number and updated how much stock was bought. In addition, as part of the stock purchase, funds need to be transferred to the appropriate account to make the purchase. To do this, Ram once again used ZOS Connect to connect to an IMS system to perform the transaction. The application was returned a positive affirmation that the transfer was successful. Ram is like most young developers and doesn't know the ins and outs to the Kiks and IMS systems, but he was able to take advantage of ZOS Connect to easily and securely integrate with the Kiks and IMS systems. He only had to add a few lines of code, and the ZOS Connect SDK provided to him to make this happen. The next thing we saw as part of this transaction was that users that are registered with the application are being notified via SMS text that the transaction has been completed. This was utilizing the number retrieved from the ZOS Connect and then integrating it with the Twilio service we mentioned earlier. While we have been talking, Ram's cell phone vibrated with a message from CloudTrader since he tweeted to buy IBM stock. Let's take a look at Ram's phone for the message. There was one more piece of the lifecycle that we wanted to show. Let's go back to the Bluemix UI and take a look at some of the data it provides. Ram is switching over to the log analysis console to view statistics and data about the application that we have been running. As a developer, this is making Ram's life easier as he can easily look at the health of his application. Again, this is done through a simple binding of the service to the application. The graph is showing the most popular stock purchases driven by the tweets. As we can see, IBM is the most popular stock at the moment. All powerful tools to help make our application perform at its best. That's the scenario. Thanks, Ram, for helping out today. To wrap up, we talked about 4 key building blocks of a composable business, with process innovation, actionable insights, accelerated time to market, and integration. We saw all of that with Apex, American Airlines, Hog Bank, and Visa, as well as with GE, Verizon, and Cerner. We also brought out those key attributes in our demo, where we showed how using WebSphere Liberty, we were able to reinvent our application and client interactions. And by using Log Analysis Service, we were able to show insights into our application and provide dashboards alerting for transactions taking place. We saw how Bluemix is able to accelerate time to market with reinvigorating applications for today's users and how ZOS Connect was able to provide back-end integration to the ZOS system. IBM's application infrastructure provides the building blocks to a composable business and allows you to reinvent your company with ease. Thank you for coming today and enjoy the rest of your conference.